All right, now that we're reminded on how to find slope of a line, let's talk about how to find an equation of a line. Again, if we're given slope and y-intercept, if we're given this data, then we can just plug these in. But if we're given just 2 points, we first have to find the slope. And then if one of those points is not the y-intercept, remember the y-intercept is dealing with the point 0, b on the line. Then we would have to do some algebra to figure that out. And there's different ways to go about that. One is what's called the point slope form of the line. And it's called that because you know a point and you know a slope. And so if we're given the point, we know m, and we know a point, I'll call it y1 comma, or I'm sorry, x1 comma y1 on the line. When we do that, then the point slope form of the line is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And you can start off with that, and if you're asked to put it in this form, then you would just multiply this through and move that over, and then you can do the algebra to figure out what the slope-intercept form of the line is. Also, I should note that we have horizontal lines would be of the form y equals some number k. So depending on what this value is, y equals 100 or y equals negative 100. Y is always k, doesn't matter what x is. Vertical lines. Slope is undefined for vertical lines. And so this would be of the form x equals, and I'll just use a different number, c. X equals c. So x is restricted at that value. Y can be anything. And so I'll just write this. Slope is undefined for vertical lines. All right, so let's do an example. We're given the same points we had in the previous example. We're given the points 1, 2, and the points negative 5, 4, and we're asked to find the equation of the line between them. And so we already figured out, and if you want to remind yourselves, give a pause and see if you get same answer, that the slope between these lines is negative 1/3. And so now we have the slope, and we actually have 2 points. Doesn't matter which one we choose. A lot of people choose the first one, and this one doesn't have a negative number, so I'd probably choose that one regardless, so I don't have too many negatives. And so there are 2 ways to go about this. We could use the slope-intercept form, or we can use, some people, you might remember doing this, use this x value, this y value, this m value, and then solve for b. It doesn't really matter. I a lot of times use this one, so I'm going to use y minus 2 equals negative 1/3 times the quantity x minus 1. And just double check that we have that. And so we're going to have y minus 2 is negative 1/3 x. And then when I multiply this through, this would be plus 1/3. And y is going to equal negative 1/3 x plus 1/3 plus 2. 2 is the same as 6/3. And so in y-intercept form, slope-intercept form, our answer is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 7/3.